top of the table though. By the time they met on Saturday evening, third place in the table would be filled by the winners. All straightforward, all in plain black and white.
Neath hitting back after that early Swansea pressure. Shane Williams, not too much room to move there. Steve Wynn held him up well. Neath still have the advantage though, as Moore gets it away on the blind side. Gareth Morris is held, but referee playing advantage anyway. Swansea were offside, and Neath will have a chance at the 3 points. Lee Jarvis. Well, was that over? The touch judges say so. That was a real 50-50 call, wasn't it?
Skipper, come here. Okay, we just explain the first decision. Verbal abuse after the kick has gone over, okay? It was your kick-off, it's a reverse, it's a penalty. Just keep it quiet, okay?
R.L. Thomas questioning the decision, and Swansea could pay double. First time I've ever seen that with a penalty decision. 6 points to 0, 14 minutes played. Moore, Jarvis, Story, held by Wynn eventually. Can he get the ball down? Neath crowd think so. Referee Nigel Williams couldn't possibly have seen that.
5 minutes. No penalties, no penalties.
Neath fancy their chances from these line-outs as they look for the first try of the game. 4 minutes gone in the second half. Can they rip it off the side? Mokalutu, the veteran Fijian, is the man who's got the first try of the game, and Neath back in the lead. Rodri Jones. Oh, schoolboy error there from Jarvis. Steve Martin sets off the counter-attack. Story, Bateman, Morris in the line well. Now can he free Kevin James outside him? Oh, Scott Gibbs from behind with a magnificent tackle. Here's the Neath forwards with a head of steam up once more. Moore getting a good service. Jarvis floats it. Bateman. Kevin James in from the blindside wing. Shane Williams slips the one tackle. And Richard Reese's tackle in vain. Shane Williams' third lead try of the season. Martens. R.L. Thomas. Kevin Morgan looks to straight. Oh, lovely break from the informed fullback, but Richard Reese put it down. Swansea could have just been back on terms there. Horgan, Jarvis, goes the drop goal. Neath getting clear, surely heading for third place in the league.
We didn't play well against Caerphilly on Wednesday, and now the boys had a point to prove, and we've done it today. We move on now to the European Shield, and there's no more Welsh Scottish League games now for 5 weeks, and we're sitting pretty at third at the moment, but I think we've got to play a little bit better than that if we do surpass Llanelli and Newport.
We have it, Neath though. Keep going, Jonathan.
Yes, second half, first terms of the second half, they packed us, took over, they varied the line out, drive, field position, they hit, close, then they hit centre field, and they just dominated the first 20 minutes of the second half, and Jarvis is there to bang the drop goals, and two lovely pieces of skill of Alan Bateman, two sleight of hand passes, and which created opportunities and tries.
Okay, we've got a choice here, Mike. We can unleash Jonathan on the politics, so I can have another go at the scrimmage.
Scrimmage, please.
Okay,
yeah,
well, the scrimmage has become an issue this weekend. Here we have an example. Neath looking to drive up on this loose head side, the near side, towards the touchline, twisting Swansea. That means a lot of pressure's coming on the tight head Ben Evans, who turns in. It's a defensive mechanism. There he is, Ben Evans, and Darren Morris having a little chat about it. So the referee says yellow card next time if you turn in. So Ben Evans can't turn in. So Neath have a real drive. If the number 8 had stayed down then, they could really have done some damage to the Swansea scrum. Ben Evans can't go across, so he comes up. That could have been a penalty to Neath, but by then we're all fed up with the scrummage and the referee says play on. But it's just this whole thing about a tight head prop coming under pressure and turning in.
I think it's vitally important, because it kind of is how important it is for the back line where scrums go up and down. And if we just look at the next piece of analysis, if you like the scrum here, the Newport loose head will come up on his side where he's arrowed, and the scrum will turn to the left. What happens then is it takes the back row defence of Pontypridd, mark there, away from the Newport attacking line. Also, Paul John circled, has got to now make the tackle on the number 8. He gets the ball away, and as the ball goes away, that's where the inside defender would have been, the back row and the scrum half. And if you see Pritchard circled, what happens? No inside defence, easy. Walk-in day for Pritchard, and it's a well-worked try because they had difficulties in the scrum in the first half. They worked it out, and all of a sudden, when they exploited that scrum situation, it took the defence away, and it was an easy run in for Pritchard.
Clear, Mike?
Right, you two scrum experts, can you now explain to me what was happening on Friday night in Newport versus Pontypridd? Because in the first half, Newport got penalised probably 5 or 6 times, and in the second half, Ponty did. And I don't think that, you know, the crowd or the sort of the ref really knew.
Ed,
you see, you get a Newport scrum which is driving up forward, and the opposing tight head turns in because he's the one under pressure. A referee sees a wide backside coming out and he penalises it, but it's the loose head's rear which tends to come out widest and furthest, but it's not his fault.
So why Ed, is it that the referees usually go one penalty to one side, penalty to the other side? Because they don't know,
they're tossing a coin, they're sort of saying, can't understand it, I'll just do it one at a time.
You should know,
Well, yeah. All right, Caerphilly we'd better move on to. They have a new coaching staff, so everything is up for discussion, really, apart from sex, that is. We'd better let Graham Thomas explain.
This is Virginia Park country, a wintry wonderland of the good, the bad and the rugby, inhabited by coaches Mark Ring, Charlie Faulkner and Terry Holmes.
Terry, he's a direct guy, and sometimes his decisions are hard to take, but at least he makes decisions, and everybody knows where they stand. People have been made more responsible. I've been made more responsible, and it's been good.
Victory over Glasgow had followed a sex ban, but was talk of moving off the bottom simply premature evacuation?
We've had the baby boom, and the stewardesses even had a baby, so like I say, we've stopped all the sex, and you know, I think that's down to the performance as well.
So they should have plenty of testosterone when they're out there today.
yeah, but not so much with the likes of Charlie, no.
Under the guidance of their 3 amigos, Caerphilly had scored 5 tries at Neath on Boxing Day, only to lose the match. They may be celibate, but could they take out their frustrations on Edinburgh?
That's Luke Richards, the scorer of the game's only points so far, a penalty. Caerphilly confident following their defeat of Glasgow. They came close at the Knoll as well, but they're going to have a torrid time of it in the scrums this afternoon, that's for sure. The Caerphilly front row stand up, and it's an easy 3 points for Edinburgh. Outside half, Duncan Hodge. A good position here for Caerphilly. Their camp's close to the Edinburgh try line. It's a well-worked move towards the front of the line out, and they're over. Ben Watkins it was. But did he ground the ball? That is the question. I think the referee will call them back. Oh, he's so disappointed. Edinburgh now looking for a try. It's cut out for by Justin Thomas. The rejuvenated Justin Thomas. Can he go the whole length of the field? No, he can't. It's an outrageous pass thrown out to Ken Morris. Morris runs for the corner. Patterson almost gets the tackle in. But it's a try, a length of the field try for Caerphilly, which extends their lead.
A healthy lead, delight for some, and maybe another victory in sight.
It's advantage Caerphilly at the top of the second half. Oh, they've been mugged again, and the forwards will count their fingers when they come up from this scrum. Could there be something on here, I wonder? Utterson darts back inside, cuts inside the tackle of Luke Richards, and gets the try, and the conversion should make it 13 points all. Edinburgh building once again. It's a wild pass in midfield. That's Taylor, the Scottish international and British Lion as well, breaks the first tackle. Well, it's a simple try for Utterson this time. That's his second of the afternoon.
Try for Edinburgh, scored by Kevin Utterson. Caerphilly have it all to do, but they made us sterner stuff these days. Luke Richards in support once again. This is Taufahema. Looks for support, gets it from Tuipolo to the familiar a goose step. Can he get in at the corner? I wonder. Uses his strength to brush off Patterson. It's a well-worked try for Caerphilly. They're back within 9 points. Edinburgh work it out wide once again. That's Todd Blackadder, the Kiwi, recently joined Edinburgh. That's Andrew Dole, the replacement, uses his height, his strength as well as Patterson makes amends for his earlier indiscretions, and it should be an easy victory now for Edinburgh.
Another defeat, Caerphilly's 11th in 12 league games. But you won't find any towels being chucked in just yet.
They're a great bunch of boys to work with. They've got a great work ethic and their attitude is good. We need to be a bit more professional, a bit more professional-like on the field. But, you know, these are things we're working for, and, you know, the results will take care of themselves.
I don't necessarily coach, you know, for any particular glory. You know, I just get massive satisfaction about improving players skill levels and improving their understanding of the game. And I don't want to get involved in anything other than, you know, contracts and everything else like that. I mean, I just want a set of backs, you know, an honest set of backs who are willing to learn and willing to listen.
We've got to try and get a few wins under our belt now, and as the side progresses, we're looking for a few wins after Christmas now. The side will get a bit fitter, we'll get to know one another, we'll be better organised, we'll have a better attitude, and we'll take it from there.
Charlie Faulkner, now he does know about scrummaging. I think on the subject of sex before games, we're all of one mind here.
Well, it's better than a warm-up, isn't it, really?
Shall we go to the Welsh Scottish standings? Here we have the table, and it shows that basically now there are only 4 clubs in contention. Llanelli on top, but Newport behind them have 2 games in hand. Neath and Cardiff still in contention, although if you note, Glasgow in 6th place have only played 7 games, so mathematical possibilities exist there. But essentially, it's between 4 clubs. And if you were gambling sorts,
Newport.
Yeah.
I think after Friday night they really did look the part, and they're going to take some stopping, especially as John has said, the 2 big games at home, Rodney Parade.
Yeah, and I think also at the bottom, I think Edinburgh will be very relieved to get you know, a win, and Caerphilly losing out. And just talking about Caerphilly for a minute, I just feel that having watched them, yes, and against Neath, scrums, they're having difficulties in the scrums, which Charlie will sort out, Charlie Faulkner. But also they're giving simple tries away from first phase, and once they get, you know, the attitude correct and Holmesy gets stuck into them, everything else will come. So they will improve, because those are the areas which can be improved.
I think there's going to be a real dogfight at the bottom. Yeah. I think it's going to be very interesting.
I think the coaching, they'll be really disappointed with the Caerphilly defence, and I think they will be doing quite a bit of tackling practice over the next couple of weeks.
And I just think that Llanelli might suddenly put domestic on the back burner, because they've got Europe to look forward to.